At the start of the story, Musafir Ali, a singer, is approached by two women before heading on a train. On the train, Musafir claims to recognize a man in his carriage. However, the man says he is mistaken, but then he knows that Musafir is a famous singer that his wife loves. Musafir claims that a famous Pakistani bowler gave him a ring and shows it to him, and then he eyes up the man's possession. He is eager to understand the man's specialty he poured for himself. On the train, in a flashback, the same singer is on another carriage. He gets out of the poetry book and he shares a carriage with a sports journalist. The singer says he knows very little about wrestlers. The journalist used to be a wrestler himself. Suddenly, the singer is eyeing up a clock watch on a necklace owned by the journalist. The journalist claims the clock doesn't only tells time, but it also changes it and brings good fortune. While the journalist leaves the carriage, the singer finds the clock watch in the man's suitcase and steals it. He manages to get off the train without the journalist noticing it. But as he walks, he suddenly collapses. He meets a doctor who asks him if he stole the watch and wonders if this is his first stealing incident. The lead character explains his tendencies to steal started from a very young age, and once he started, he couldn't stop it. He admits he feels shame. The doctor explains to him that he has kleptomania and tells him to replace the disease with music and sing to the audiences. And so that's what he does. He becomes a singer. We see flashbacks of him singing, but then he wakes up, and the man he was on the train with at the start of the chapter wakes him up and asks him for the time. The man claims he used to have a priceless watch, and 10 years ago someone stole it from him on a train carriage. It's clear that this is the former wrestler and the journalist. From losing the watch, he lost his job and none of his article would get accepted. His good fortune was gone. Musafir raises how the person who stole from him could have a stealing disease, but the man questions if the thief has a conscience and they deserve a beating. Drunk Musafir offers him for a beating. The next day, Musafir shows journalist the watch and apologizes for stealing it 10 years ago. He feels guilty for stealing his good fortune from him and explains the disease he had when he was young, but he finally got rid of it. Musafir says he will accept as many beatings from him as possible before putting the watch in journalist's hand. Musafir leaves and hopes he will be forgiven. The journalist chases after Musafir, gives him the watch and asks him to turn up to a specific address. Musafir goes to the very address and finds out that it is a shop and tries to sell the watch. But the store owner says they don't buy stolen goods and says people hand things over. He talks about the stealing disease. The owner shows many items handed in by famous clients. And then the ring that Musafir showed to the journalist at the start of the chapter is also in the shop. The journalist handed it himself. The journalist narrates that Musafir should have the chance to atone for his sins. The short story ends with Musafir singing to a crowd. The journalist and his wife are in the audience. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it, or the dislike button if you didn't like it. And if you want more videos like this, hit the subscribe or follow button.